Welcome to Quality Branding Hub. The channel is for the quality control engineer, site engineer and the civil engineer who are working in the construction field. In this channel, we are dealing with anything and everything which is required to get success in the construction. Now, what called the success? Success is not only about the project success as well as who are working in the site, that is the civil engineer, quality control engineer, site engineer, how they can get success in their career. That also we are discussing in this channel. So this channel is totally all about the civil engineer, quality control engineer and the site engineer. But what is today's topics? Today's topics is very important and mostly used in all the construction projects, the instrument we are using to measure. Now, if you cannot measure something, you cannot control the things. So that is why you need to measure. Say for example, if you want to control the concrete cube strength, you need to measure it. If you cannot measure, you cannot control. But what is the accuracy of that measurement? That depends upon the instrument we are using, and that is by the calibration process. Without the calibration, we cannot say that this machine or this result is as per the accuracy or is the actual value. So calibration is most important. So today's video is all about the calibration. Now, what is calibration? Why calibration is important? What is the calibration process and what is the calibration report, and what you need to check during the calibration or before and after the calibration. So stay tuned until then to get the full information, and if you are new in my channel, can you subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. Now, first thing is coming, what is calibration? Now, calibration is the process of comparing of measurement or measuring instrument with a standard reference instrument to ensure accuracy. Now, what are the measurement instrument I have? Say for example, the thermometer I have. Now, if this thermometer is giving the actual reading or not, how I will know? I need to do the calibration with the known instrument which has the more accurate or which is the accurate. So we need to compare with the standard instrument and we can verify that this instrument is calibrated. Now, it is a calibration process. Now, from where you will do the calibration? You need to do the calibration from the competent authority. Who is the competent authority? That is NABL certified laboratory or NABL certified agencies. I cannot take my instrument and give to anyone to do the calibration. It is not accepted. So NABL has given the agency, given the authority that you can do the instrument or calibration. So before doing the calibration, you need to check that this agency is as per the NABL approved agency or not. If not, we are not going to that agency because your result will be erroneous and your calibration report will not be accepted. So first you need to check that the agency we are choosing for the instrument, that for the calibration, that are NABL certified and they are certified to do the calibration. So this is the first part you need to do. The second part I will come later, that is the traceability. Now let's take one example. I have given this thermometer. That thermometer is for very important things in the instrument in our construction, because we need to do the temperature checking for the concrete itself. Now your placement temperature of concrete is less than 32 degrees, sometimes we are called it less than 30 degrees. Now if your temperature or your thermometer is not accurate, maybe it is 32 degree but it is showing 29 degrees. Now you will think that my concrete is safe, but actually it is not safe. It is giving the erroneous result. So that is why you need to do the calibration. So there are some item I can say you that you need to do the calibration in the construction, that is total station, auto level, theodolite, compression testing machine, weighing balance, pressure gauge, torque wrench, slam cone increment, calibration batching plant sensor and the cube mold, and most important that we all forget this thing, that is the measuring tape. And not this just as a list, but you know, whatever the instrument you are using at the project site for measuring anything, you need to do the calibration. Just like the measuring tape, this is most ignored in the site, that measuring tape is coming and give it to the site for the measurement. No, you need to do the calibration. So each and every instrument, whatever you are using at the project site, that you need to do the calibration. So that should be calibrated. Now, why this calibration is important? I already discussed, but it's more the structural accuracy. See, I have given the example that if your concrete is M40, now whenever you are doing the compressive strength or concrete strength in your CTM, it's showing 42, 45, whatever. So you will say my strength is more than the requirement, but actually your CTM machine, if it's not calibrated, and if actually you have done the measurement, it may come from 36, it may be. So it become a structural issue, because whatever the design parameter, that I am not satisfying, because I am not doing the calibration of my instrument. That is why it is giving the erroneous result. That's why I given the example for the temperature. That is also a problem. Or else slump cone, if it is not calibrated, then also it will give you the erroneous result. So first things is the structural safety. So that is why this calibration is very much important. Then the quality assurance and quality control. Now all over the world we are talking about the quality assurance and the quality control. Now what is happening, if the machine is not calibrated, you will get the data which is not actual. Now with that data, whatever the decision you will take, that decision will be not the perfect one. Or what will happen, the rework will do, we have to do rework, we have to do manpower more, we have to engage more money. So this will be a disaster, and after all, the purpose of the making this structure will be a fall, because we are getting the wrong data. So that is why quality control and quality assurance is very much important for the calibration. And safety on the construction, as the wrong torque range if we are using. See, whenever you are doing the steel structure, we have to do the bolting and we have to tighten with the torque range. Now if the torque range is not giving the right value, that means it is not giving the right torque or right balance with the structural element. So what will happen, the structural stability is a problem. Incorrect pressure reading by hydraulic system, that is very much important. If your pressure gauge is not giving the right pressure, that will be a problem with the hydraulic systems. Then faulty lifting equipment measurement. This see you have a crane, you have hydra, you have so many machines in the construction, and you are lifting materials from one place to another place. Now if this material is not calibrated, if the sling, if the lifting equipment is not calibrated, then what is happening, that will be a safety hazard, and there will be chances of accident in the construction site. That is why the calibration is very much important in the construction. Now compliance with the codes and standard. So there are different codes in India, that is IS code, ISO 9001, project specification. We have sometimes local construction guide, that means municipality has some guidelines. So these are all has to follow, and you need to only follow these whenever you have the data, accurate data, and accurate data only you will get if you do the measurement with the calibrated one. The cost and time control, and it's really, if you make the wrong data, then you have to do the rework. It's the time, cost, money, everything will be a problem. So that is why also you need to do the calibration of your instrument. Now what is the calibration process step by step? Now identify the instrument. As earlier I have told you, whatever the instrument you are using at your project site for the measurement, you need to do the calibration. So first things, you need to list it down all the measurement that I have, maybe 20 or 25 measurement instrument that I am regularly using at the site. So all these instruments need for the calibration. The next is, what is the instrument name, what is the instrument make and model, what is the serial number, because every instrument has the serial number from the manufacturer, and the measurement range and the location where we are using site or the laboratory. Say for example, you are using compressive strengthening machine, that is in the site, that you have to identify. Then select the calibration standard. What is the calibration standard, that you need to find out. Then find out who is the authority. Now as I told you earlier, you need to check whether it is as per the enable certification or not. Now, the second part also, whenever you are checking that the company is certified, that the agency is certified that they can do this calibration. Now, the machine they are using for the calibration, again, the machine they are using for the calibration, that you need to check whether this machine is calibrated or not. Because if the standard calibration machine is not calibrated properly, then again it will be a erroneous result, that your machine will not be calibrated. And the traceability of the calibration. So traceability calibration means that whatever the calibration report they will give, that should be on the online, you can trace it out. So if you get the paper, you need to trace it out in the online in the portal itself, that this is a valid. So traceability also is important. Then you need to do the perform the calibration. So known standard with the your whatever the instrument machine you want to do the calibrate, with the known result, what is the result it is giving. Say for example, the temperature thermometer. Now if it is giving 32 degree and your standard machine also giving 32 degree, that means it is giving the same. If it is 32 degree but it is giving 33 or 30, that means there is a problem. So you need to do the adjustment or redefine the retune the temperature or the everything, or the maybe that thermometer is not a workable condition, you need to replace that one, or if it can be adjustable, that you can adjust. So these are the things. And also what is the error that is coming, and according to the error you need to adjust the error. With adjust the machine or the standard instrument machine or using, you need to adjust that one with the error, and that error should be within the specified limit. And from where you will get the specified limit, it is in the IS code. Every instrument IS code has there how to do the instrument calibration, and what is the calibration range, and what is the error, and what is the percentage can be accepted. So if it is within the percentage, it is accepted. If not, you need to adjust, or sometimes you need to scrap that one, you need to find out the new machines. So this is, and then after adjustment, readings are verified again to ensure accuracy within the acceptable limit. And then calibration labeling. Now it is very much important. Why? Because after doing the calibration, you need to stamp it or to label it with the label with the on the instrument. How? This instrument and the label will be there, and then the instrument number, calibration date, and calibration due date. Now it is not that you have done the calibration today and after that you don't need the calibration. No, every machine has their own time limit. So maybe 6 months, maybe 12 months, maybe 3 months. Every 3 months, 6 months, you need to do the recalibrated one. So in that labeling, it should be in calibration done date and calibration due date. So whenever somebody is taking this instrument, he can check the calibration labeling, and in calibration labeling, if it is within the limit, only they have it is advisable that it can be used at the side. Now what is the calibration report? This is a labeling part. Now in the calibration report is a report is the, what is the definition? A calibration report is an official quality document that records the accuracy of construction instrument. No, this is the official document that is giving the confidence or giving the authority that this machine can be used with the accuracy. Now what will be in the calibration report? Project name, location, instrumentation, calibration date and due date, reference standard detail, environmental conditions, calibration readings table, error and uncertainty values, then acceptance criteria, pass or fail result, and traceability statement. That I have already discussed, that how you can trace that one on the online. So if anyone wants to check that one, that whether it is calibrated or not, or it is calibrated from the reliable sources, they can find out on the internet research. So that is why the traceability is much more important for the calibration. So what are the things you need to discuss? First, you need to find out who is the authority. If the agency is not certified by the NABL, no. Then the instrument are using, that is are calibrated or not. And then traceability of the calibrated recalibration report. Why? Because if these three things are not in place, that means your calibration report are not accepted by the authority or anyone, then maybe your instrument in a problem and you will get the erroneous result. So it is a quality control report. So it's very much important that you need to do the calibration on regular interval, because every instrument has their life 3 months, 6 months or 12 months, and after that you need to do the recalibrated one. So don't forget that one, because if you want to control the quality at site, you want to measure the quality at site, and there are different parameters. So, and if you want to measure the parameter, you need to use the accurate instrument, and only possible to make the instrument accurate to do the calibration. So it's a small things in the quality control, but if it is neglected, the whole project will be in a problem, whole project will be ruined. So don't forget that one. So whenever you are at the site, whenever you are any instrument you are getting, check that the machine is calibrated or not. If not, do the calibration, or if calibration is report there, check the calibration report, check the agency, check the instrument, and check the traceability. If it is okay, then only you allow for the testing. So these are all about the calibration of the instrument. It is very much important for the quality control, and I hope you find it useful. And if you find it useful, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon, so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. And I'm waiting for your valuable comments, so that from your valuable comment, everybody will be benefited. And if you want to know anything more about quality control and construction, please let me know. I will come with more content like this. And thank you once again for watching me.